All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh Shimei, Shabrak, the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son Hamashiach Yahweh, who we know as Jesus Christ. All right, we're gonna be very swift with this thing. We got a message in for me to go over this video with to give my interpretation of Hosea 7. Video was given that's been going around Israel, showing that Hosea 7 is not talking about the skin color of Ephraim, that the skin color is talking about is black. All right, I agree that it's not talking about the skin color of Ephraim, but I disagree that it's talking about any skin color, to be 100 with you. And we're gonna get into this thing, but what happens is, again, this is lost in translation. You know what I'm saying, just sit down and just read in the text, man. Fundamental reading, man. um to really just sit down and get what this thing is saying. And you'll see that it's not talking about no darn skin color, you know what I'm saying. But again, let's watch the video first. It's only a minute.
For they have rebelled against me. I would redeem them, but they speak lies against me. They do not cry to me from the heart, but they wail upon their beds. For grain and wine they gash themselves. They rebel against me. Although I trained and strengthened their arms, yet they devise evil against me. They return, but not upward. They are like a treacherous bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword. Because of the insolence of their tongue, this shall be their derision in the land of Egypt.
So there you have it. The one West Ephraim, a cake unturned, lies put to rest. God clearly was the baker in Hosea chapter 7. God was angry with Israel because of their sins and wickedness. Instead of turning Ephraim and cooking him properly, God let Ephraim remain in the oven all night until she was a flaming fire in the morning. Ephraim was completely burned to be jet black on all sides. She was hot and unbaked from the oven. She was neglected by God and not turned. Ephraim was left in the oven to burn. The precept is in the book of Lamentations. Israel's skin became jet black because of the famine. What happens to black people when they get sick? They get darker. Ephraim was completely burned by God on all sides, leaving her to be jet black from the flames. The one West Ephraim, a cake unturned, lies put to rest.
All right, y'all. So if you it's some doctrines that you can only get from one West. Okay, some doctrines that you can only get from being a Jehovah Witness, like Jesus is the archangel. I think they have that doctrine. So you know, or Michael is Jesus or something like that. But there's certain doctrines you can only get. You weren't told these things. You weren't shown them. I ain't gonna say you weren't told them, but you ain't come up with this by yourself. You were given a certain precept packet, and this is what you used. It made sense to you for a little second there, and everybody was agreeing with it, and so you went with it. All right, we got to be honest with ourselves. Let me share my screen, and we're gonna dive into this Hosea 7. If we got time, we'll get into that speckled bird. Share screen. Share screen. Hosea 7. All right, let's crank it up. Hosea 7:1. We ain't reading but 10 verses, y'all. For your flesh kick in and you swipe up or you swipe left. Hang in there. All right. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria. For they commit falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the troop of robbers spoileth without. And they consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness. Now their own doings have beset them about. They are before my face. And that's the thing, too, that you need to be humble about. You know, a lot of times we forget that the Most High sees all of our wickedness. He sees it all. Gotta worry about your camp seeing and the people you done told that you supposed to be doing this and doing that. See, they are before my face. They make the king glad with their wickedness, and the princes with their lies. They are all adulterers. As an oven heated by the baker, Okay, they are all adulterers, and this as can trip you up, but it can be also better translated like an oven heated by the baker, like an oven who heated by the baker, who ceaseth from rising after he have netted the dough until it be leavened. All right, so the baker, the baker ain't coming back to the oven until that dough he's netting gets leavened. All right. And that's it's I don't know how that process works, but it seems like it take a while. And this is why we had to leave Egypt with what? Unleavened bread. I mean unleavened bread. Because we didn't have time to net the dough and to it be leavened. All right. So the baker, he don't get up. He's not dealing with that oven, even though the oven has been heated. He's not dealing with it until he leavens that bread. So however long that takes, the oven is heating up though. This is a bad thing to leave that oven on running and not dealing with that oven until that dough is leavened. You know what I'm saying? And it's I know when a lot of times we have these feast days and we cooking out, brother Dion always usually that top salute that brother for the chef's barbecue specialist. Brother Dion, man, he leave that top. If you leave that top off of that, that's one thing I learned about, was watching them. You leave that top off of that fire. What happens to that fire? That fire gets bigger and bigger and bigger and will start burning everything that's on that grill. But right here, we don't even ain't no cake been put. There's no flour, no dough has been put inside. It's just saying that and we don't know if there's a physical oven. We're not looking at a physical oven. This is all allegory, okay? They are all adulterers, like an oven heated by the baker, who ceases from rising after he have netted the dough until it be leavened. All right? Even after he done leavened it, he still ain't checked it, okay? In the day of and what he ain't checked the oven. Ain't nothing in the oven because he's netting the dough. So he's talking about the oven is heated. The oven is inflamed. Okay, in the day of our king, the princesses have made him sick with bottles of wine. Okay, in the day of our king, what is the day of our king? And who is the him? The him is Ephraim. The day of our king is some kind of holiday, some kind of maybe even a birthday. But it's some day that they have chosen to celebrate. This ain't no high holy day. This is the day of our king. The princesses have made him sick with bottles of wine. Somebody research what is the day of our king. What is that? But we know they getting drunk. We know it's a day for the princesses to get drunk and to get Ephraim drunk. Everybody getting drunk. He stretched out his hand with the scorners. Ephraim. All right, for they have made ready their heart like an oven. Here go, and I don't know if they all even connected. He's just using this allegory with the oven and the flame. Okay, he's just using this allegory for Ephraim because it's now their heart is like an oven, whilst thou lie in wait. Watch this now. Whilst thou lie in wait, their baker sleepeth all the night. In the morning, it burneth as a flaming fire. Okay, what's burning as a fire? Their heart. Their heart, which is like an oven. All right, they are ready their heart like an oven. Whilst thou lie in wait, their baker sleepeth all night. Has it said the baker put the dough in there yet? Has it said the baker put the dough in there? Their baker sleepeth all night. In the morning it burneth as a flaming fire. What's burning? The oven. Their heart is like an oven. Whilst thou wait, the baker sleepeth all the night, and in the morning it burneth as a flaming fire. Okay? That flaming fire is the oven, which is an analogy or an allegory for their heart. They are all as hot as an oven. Okay, they all as hot as an oven and have devoured that hotness, that flame that's burning, that flame and fire is all sin and iniquity and wickedness and lust. Okay, this is a flame they being inflamed by their wickedness. Okay, and these things are constantly rising because the baker, okay, the baker hadn't got up and checked on it. He just letting them fall into their own sins. You know what I'm saying? He just letting them fall into their own snares. It's two ways to learn, man. Um, they are all hot as an oven and have devoured their judges. That hotness have made them devour their judges. All their kings are fallen. There is none among them that calleth upon me. All right. Ain't nobody trying to wake up the baker and tell him, man, can you put this flame out? But no one's saying that the baker has put cake in the oven. All right, this is all allegory. Now watch this now. Um Ephraim, he have mixed himself among the people. And this mixture isn't necessarily genetically. Okay, this is a spiritual mixture. This is a mixture that causing them to commit these sins, this idolatry, this wickedness. All of this is going into the wickedness of Ephraim. All right. He have mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Okay, and so we have these analogies of a baker in the oven and a cake. We just assume that the cake was put into the oven, but he's just using these different analogies. I'm not necessarily even saying they're connected. They could be two different things. You know, they're just two different points used with the same variables, like the oven and the dough. All right. So we have here, let me show y'all again. Okay, as a oven heated. And then you have dough here. All right, who ceaseth. Okay, the baker didn't get up to check the oven. He just netted the dough and and didn't check on it. And then worse here, the oven, the baker sleepeth all night. Okay, their heart now. So I'm showing their heart is like as an oven. Okay, this is being repeated. All right, we already established that they are all adulterers as a heated oven. Now they saying their heart is like an oven, while as thy lie in wait, their baker sleepeth night and day. The baker's still ignoring them, but these allegories are being repeated. It's not a continuation. All right, it's not a continuation. The baker sleepeth all the night, and in the morning it burneth as a flaming fire. All right. They are all hot as an oven. Yes, again, we coming back with the oven again. And then we see here that Ephraim has mixed people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. And again, a cake not turned don't mean the cake has been flipped over. If you leave a cake but the reality is if you leave a cake in the thing too long, it's burning. All right. And I would say it'll burn from the bottom first. If you leave a cake in there, it'll burn from the bottom first. But this ain't really that cake ain't really dealing with I don't think it's dealing with that whole flaming thing. I'm just giving another analogy of, they mixing with the people, and Israel is a cake not done. You see the sin coming first. You see all these sins here they've done, and then they are all adulterers as an oven heated. We get the allegory. We see he stretched out his hand with the scorners. They made their heart ready like an oven. They are all hot as an oven, and all have devoured their kings. And there is none among them that calleth upon him. Ephraim has mixed himself with the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. All right, it's not a whole cooking process. And that's what a lot of times we try to make that to be. But again, even if you try to take that methodology, man, that whole cake is burned. All right, and they're right. So if you're using methodology, if you're using skin methodology, and you're saying that the cake unturned is a light skinned cake, you wrong. All right, but it's not talking about that. All right. And so if you do that, and then this sister comes with the video or comes with the doctrine of if the cake's in there, y'all both agree that it's a cake that's in there the whole time and it's in that flame, that cake is totally burned and it's black on both sides. But both of those methodologies are wrong. All right, this oven and this flame is an allegory for the sins of Northern Kingdom, the sins of Northern Kingdom, and it being that flame. And then ultimately he's saying that they're a cake unturned. If you look at that in let me see here. Oh, you look at this in the NLT. The people of Israel mixed with godless foreigners, making themselves as worthless as a half-baked cake. All right, so stop sharing. Okay, sharing. Share this tab instead. I don't see if y'all can see that. All right, the people of Israel mingled with godless foreigners, making themselves as worthless as a half-baked cake. All right, so that's pretty much what that's going into. Matter of fact, hold on. Share this tab instead. I'll go into that. Share this tab instead. The stream, yeah. Okay. I just had to make sure y'all that y'all can see the screen. Another one is Jeremiah 12. I hope that was clear. But again, man, y'all need to look into y'all need to look into you need to be looking at doing comparative text. Let me just do Jeremiah 12. Let me see where the speckled bird is. The speckled bird. Man. It's 9. God's answer. I like the little subtitles that I added to this thing. All right, so the speckled bird is also why Israel is used to show that Israel is multicolored. It's multi-ethnic. It got different shades. I ain't gonna say it's multi-ethnic, but it has different shades of people. And so we use this. All right. We also use the ground. The digger, the deeper you dig in the dirt, it's different shades of the dirt. The deeper you dig in there, the darker the dirt. So come on, y'all. I have forsaken mine house. I have left mine heritage. What is his heritage? All right, this is God answering. His heritage. What is his heritage? What did he receive? He gave all these idols, these other nations, but his heritage was Israel, right? I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies. Mine heritage is unto me as a lion in the forest. It crieth out against me. Therefore have I hated it. Therefore I have hated Esau. I hated Jacob. I love. But therefore I have hated. I've hated Israel. I hate them. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. So, like, when we read this, my heritage, I have left my heritage. My heritage as a lion, that's roaring against the Most High. Therefore, I hate it. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. A speckled bird. How we getting skin doctrine out of this? The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Come eat this speckled bird. All the beasts of the field, come devour this speckled bird. Somehow we be making this. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard. They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. The whole land is made desolate, because no man layeth it to heart. The spoilers are coming. That's all we want. All right, that's all we want. Is as a speckled bird. Now, if we look into this, I ain't gonna say, I'm gonna show it to you. I ain't gonna just tell you. Speckled. That's not what I wanted. I forgot. Was it lexicon? Yeah, dictionaries. You gonna give me some on the dictionaries? No, that ain't what we wanted. But some of these precepts, if you look here, I'll pass through all the flock, removing thence all the speckled and spotted. So you can get a kind of, you can let the she goats that were speckled and spotted, we see with Jacob and Laban, and how he was jugging, the ultimate jugger. Let me see if I can go back, y'all. Well, it's giving me three different ones though. Hold on. I forgot how to go to this thing. Okay, here we go. Colored, variegated, speckled. Passive particle of the same as H6648, dyed in stripes, i.e., an example, the hyena. Okay, we know how the hyena is speckled. Color variant of a variegated bird of prey. It's a bird of prey, but it's being preyed upon by these other birds. Some texts even say that it's a vulture, a speckled vulture. But let's look up what a speckled bird is. I know y'all like, man, he just overkill, man. We know what a speckled bird is, man. We can look that up ourselves, man. Dang. Alright, speckled bird. That's why I was talking about like a hyena. A hyena got them little spots on it. But it's not colorful like no darn. Well, this got a few colors in it, but it ain't like no parrot. You know what I'm saying? That has like a tropical colors and stuff. It's just speckled. It's just spotted. It's striped. All right. It's not a solid color. And so I don't know, man. That's just a heavy reach again by Israel. And again, we have sin in there, and in the midst of the sins, God is telling our people what color they are. He's explaining to the world that Ephraim is really all kind of shades, and Israel is all kind of shades. My heritage is disgusting. I hate Israel, and they are like a they just all colors. Come on, y'all. We got to stop that. All right, man. Hope this ain't edifying to the body. Y'all be blessed. Shalom.